This is where the shit really comes in. Coming in at number 5. Oh my god. I'll probably never do one of these other videos again. Oh god. I bought this album again back in like 2010. I purchased this. Knowing because of hearing, I like the concept of this. Of course, we're talking about is Austrian Death Machine's Total Brutal. I fucking purchased this album because it was cool. I like the concept of having songs, an old theme based around Arnold Schwarzenegger. I thought that was pretty cool because of, who doesn't like any of these films? Commando, of course, the 2 Terminator films, Predator, Total Recall, The Running Man, Eraser. What else is there that he has at least done that's also, pretty damn good? Of course, the Conan movies were at least still kind of fun. Who doesn't like any of those films? They're just fun-ass action films. They're just, just fun. So, how can something as cool as that go wrong? Of course, before that, I knew about, I've listened to the San Francisco band Arnold Chords, which were a rock and roll punk band that were very Arnold Schwarzenegger themed, and they were good. But this was thrash metal themed, so okay, this has to be at least somewhat good. Nope. But I purchased it, and what I got was probably the biggest fucking excuse for a fucking thrash album. Of course, this was fucking put together by As I Lay Dying vocalist and prison bitch Tim Lambesis. Good God. And of course, don't get me started on Tim Lambesis. Don't fucking get me started on that asshole. Jesus Christ. And of course, this guy, even when he was in prison, he put out one more fucking album. Jesus. And of course, since it's Tim Lambesis, this is more so almost metalcore. But yet this was fucking passed off as thrash, and there is thrash riffs on here. But it's like basically almost what I would consider thrashcore. It's basically a combination of thrash metal and metalcore. Basically, would you consider that crossover? Maybe, I don't know. But it's its own fucking genre, practically. Good God. One thing I don't like as well is when you got fucking Tim Lambesis singing like a fucking annoying ass drill sergeant. No, I'm not talking about the fucking type of drill sergeant that you see in like fucking, Full Metal Jacket. No, it's not as entertaining like that. What it is just fucking annoying. Then you got him fucking going into freaking little melodic vocals that you expect with most metalcore bands, but there is at least some good metalcore bands I do kind of enjoy, but this is just complete fucking throwaway. Just like that. Shit. Alright. Oh no. Oh no! This is of course gonna end up pissing some more people off. Coming in at number 4. Again. Just like Saint Anger, just like maybe Death Magnetic, just like Repentless. This sound, how many times this album has been beaten to death? Of course I'm talking about. This sound deserves no words. I'm not gonna mention, you know what the album is, you know what the cover is. The album is just not that good. Of course, I wasn't all that much into the 13th album to begin with. But of course, Megadeth have released, just like Metallica, I think Dave Mustaine was one that definitely tried to really keep up with the times. He tried fucking, mainstream hard rock in the 90s, which Euthanasia was at least a pretty enjoyable album in its own right. It was. Same even as, what was that now? Countdown to Extinction. That was at least pretty, fun to listen to in a way. It was not that bad. I thought Countdown to Extinction was better than the Black Album. But yet he tried some really experimenting with sort of real almost poppy stuff with like cryptic writings and risk. Technically, I kind of, for that, I kind of give him a plot because at least he did try to do something. But of course, it didn't really go as well with the fans. So after that, he came back in the early 2000s and released Well, the World Needs a Hero, which is an alright album. It's not that terrible, but it's nowhere near any of, the catchiness of like, Countdown to Extinction or even Euthanasia. And then after that, again, he had the issues with his arm or so, with his hand or so, which caused by him accidentally playing it in a wrong way, and it fucked his arm up, and to where he pretty much almost thought about quitting making music. But then he came back in 2004 and released The System Has Failed, which again was almost an experimental album in a way as well. He wanted to go back to fucking thrash or so, but fucking Lars Ulrich, I guess, came in and said, no, you gotta try something more experimental. But then he finally returned in 2007 and released, United Abominations, which was an alright album. Then in 2011, or 2010, no, 2009, 2009. He came back with Endgame, which was a pretty enjoyable album as well. Probably was the best album he had released since since stuff like Rest in Peace. And even the two very, catchy albums such as Countdown to Extinction and, of course, Endgame. No, not Endgame, but Euthanasia and Countdown to Extinction, I meant to say. I'm filming right now, so I can't speak as good as much. Oh god. Anyways, he released that was good. Then after that, he then released 13, which is an alright album, but again, it probably wasn't a good follow-up to that. And in 2013, he came back with this, and this was another experimental album, but instead, he decided to compete with the likes of Nickelback and Shinedown. He basically did. I know. This basically just sounds like that. It just sounds like radio-ready fucking commercial rock. And I don't think it's just not that good. Yeah, there is at times some good sort of stuff here. I dig Built for War. I dig a bit of Kingmaker. Burn is alright. But after that, damn, it's just like... Nope. Super Collider, well, this sound can collide with its own fucking self. It can shit. Yeah, it can collide off. Oh boy. Coming in at number 3, oh wow, we've finally got to the shittier of the shit. Wow. When I was thinking of this list, I was like thinking, okay, what else is what other, because if I'm going to do a 10 list, I need at least like a full list. And then this came up, and I was just reminded of, oh god, not that album. Oh, not that. Of course, this is not an album. This is the EP that I was talking about. This, of course, is Destruction's Them Not Me. I remember giving this fucking EP a listen a few years ago. I was already getting into Destruction, but I was really digging what I was hearing. I was digging. And then I put this one on, and I was just like, what the fuck? This is the same band that released Sentenced to Death, Infernal Overkill, what's the other album called? Eternal Damnation, I think the album was called. I can't remember. Released from Agony. This is the same band that released those Relief? You gotta be kidding me. This is just terrible. Them Not Me doesn't even sound like a fucking Destruction album, or even Release. It doesn't sound like Destruction at all. This is just an abortion. This is just fucking terrible at every means. I have no clue for why they released this, and I'd never listened to this thing ever again. I never did. it's already embedded in my head because it left a scar on my head. It left a scar on me. I'll never listen to this fucking EP ever again. I'll never. I won't even listen to the album now if it's in the same year, knowing that it has the same lineup. I know it's gonna sound just as bad as Them Not Me. Of course, Destruction's never really been that much of a favorite of when it comes to German thrash, but at least even their later stuff after this is still not as bad as this fucking EP. This is just it's horrid. Oh God, we're not done, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Let me take a drink real quick. Just drinking Crush. I'm actually waiting to crush this fucking list. Coming in at number 2. I just talked about these guys, and I hinted a bit that they were gonna be back on this list. But no, I'm not talking about Metallica. No, not Megadeth. Coming in at number 2 is Slayer's God Hates Us All. Oh yeah, this is by far, to me, the worst fucking album Slayer has ever released. Now, while I can at least give Repentless a bit of a pass, but this album doesn't deserve any more pass. This doesn't. This was released, and this was very much was made out to be a return to their sound, because they have released that Diablos and Musica album, which was a very experimental album. While I don't think that album is nearly as bad as what many people seem to make it out to be, I give them applaud for at least doing something very, experimental. But when they released God Hates Us All, they made this sound to be at least a return to their thrash sound. But the fact is, I think they decided to compete with the likes, of the more new metal stuff like Slipknot and the like. And I don't think it came out as good. I'm not saying that I'm into Slipknot at all. I'm not a big fan of them. I don't care for them. And that means I do not care for this album. And after this, though, they did release, Christ's Illusion and then War Paint and Blood, which are fine albums, but not my choices or picks when it comes to Slayer, because of mostly when I want to listen to Slayer, it's always going to be those early albums from like Show No Mercy up to like at least up to Divine Intervention, or even their covers album. Those are usually the ones that I'll end up going back to. Those are the only ones. But Slayer's God Hates Us All is just like, really? Does God really hate us all, or does he just really hate this album? Though, actually, I'm not even sure if the devil even likes this album. He probably once heard it and decided that he wanted to use it as his fucking toilet paper. He wiped his shit with this album. This is fucking terrible. Oh boy. But surprisingly, that was only at number 2. So what album at number 1 is really what is the worst? What album is so bad that it makes God Hates Us All almost better in terms? What album? And I know I just said that, and I almost regret. But what album is even worse than God Hates Us All? What album is even worse than Super Collider? What album is even worse than Them Not Me? What album is worse than Total Brutal? What album is worse than Repentless? What album is worse than Dead Magnetic? What album is worse than any of these albums? What album? Well, I was just asked about these guys already on the comment section on my last video. Oh God. Thrash or dies Poser Holocaust. Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? 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 Oh God, why? You know what? I'm not actually gonna be able to. I can't do this. I really can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't. No. Alright. Alright, I'll definitely tell you why. I remember back when I was on, of course, back a few years ago on Forces of Steel, there is a thread on there that was talking about, you know, whether or not is retro thrash or any modern thrash is any good or not. And I remember this band getting posted there, and I remember the comment being said, this is probably one of the worst albums ever. The worst when it comes to thrash. And I was like, okay, with the name like Thrash or Die, how bad can this be? Oh, this is that bad. Oh God, this is that bad. Just one listen to fucking Fatal Fury, and I was just like really thinking, hey, how is it? You gotta be kidding me. I thought we were done with this type of stuff. I thought this should have died with the likes of already a fucking merciless death. I thought that this should have died in the fucking 2000s. This is the reason why I thought, why I think the retro thrash scene, when it first when we saw a band such as Merciless Death, what was their name? Of course, you had fucking Bonded by Blood. I know there's a few other bands I'm starting to think of, but Fueled by Fire, their first album. You know, I thought we were done with these type of lyrics. I thought we were done with this, but no. But oh no. This type of theme still has to be beaten and beaten and beaten and beaten to death. And the music is shit. This is just one of the reasons why I think some of the... And while I did talk about some of the good, at least some of the more modern thrash, but when it comes to it, most of it tends to be, in my opinion, very much crap, and this just really falls within that. There's a reason why it was considered shit to begin with. We shouldn't be doing any more lyrics that are based around posers, whatever. And of course, just by the fucking song titles on here, like fucking No Posers Allowed, fucking The Return of the Thrash Lord, Terror Vision, Mosh Pit Messiah, Fist fucking Metal. Yes. Good God. Is this really considered serious or whatever? Or this is really considered comedy? And of course the last track. And the music video just tops as being pretty bad. That's fucking Wake Up and Smell the Thrash. This is almost comedy, but the fact is, from what I've heard, this guy almost seems to take his shit serious. But even the music video for Fatal Fury is fucking terrible. You got the singer who goes by the name of fucking Dr. Fuck. He goes and kicks a fucking trash can. He literally kicks it. And you got other weird, bizarre shit that fucking shows up in the music video. I'm just like, what? You got a guy with fucking nunchucks going around, and then you fucking got a guy almost eating bugs or something. I don't know what the fuck does this have to do with the whole meaning of Fatal Fury. What does this have to do? I have no clue, but of course, what makes this album even fucking terrible, and I don't always agree with the Metal Archive, but this is the one time where I think they actually do something right. The score for this album on Metal Archives has the score of 0. The fuck, look at that, the fucking score of it, all those 10 reviews, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This, by far, in a way, makes this album the worst album of the whole thrash metal genre. This is just terrible. This should have never, we should have been done with this type of stuff. We should have been done. But instead, we are here still with this still type of thrash, where everyone just has to literally take themselves to, I don't know. Of course, they released a second album, and apparently it has a bit of, at least a bit higher score, surprisingly. It's almost around, what? What's the score? Oh wait, the score though is only one review. It's about 36% on Metal Archives. But apparently, that's actually higher in comparison to having the album being at fucking 0. So, does that mean they really progress? I have no fucking clue. Maybe I might have did listen to a track off of it, but I don't know. It still didn't do a whole lot for me. To me, Thrash or Die is by far one of the worst fucking thrash metal bands, and probably might have released one of the worst fucking albums ever, when it comes to the genre. That's it. I'm done. That is my top 10 worst thrash metal albums. Releases, whatever. That's my list. Agree to disagree, but that's my list. And I am now finally got this burden off my chest. So, I'll definitely be back with a much more positive video. And of course, we are definitely at the end of Thrash Metal Month. So, until then, this Heavy Thrash is saying I'm out. I'll see you later.